They will not remember how you started. They will not ask how long it took. They won't care who doubted you, because when the fire catches, when your name echoes through time, they'll only ask one thing: how did you become a legend? And the truth is, legends are not born. They're not crowned in comfort. They are made. Made in silence, made in struggle, made in the furnace of relentless belief, long before anyone claps, long before anyone sees. You are not waiting for greatness to tap you on the shoulder. You are building it every day, every hour, brick by invisible brick. And if you're serious about rewriting your destiny, then understand this now. No one is coming to hand it to you. The world doesn't owe you a legacy. It owes you nothing but the opportunity to take the hits and keep going. Carnegie didn't inherit power. He forged it. Steel by steel, deal by deal, failure after failure, until he became one of the richest minds in history. Henry Ford was laughed at. Edison was ridiculed. Lincoln was rejected over and over again. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. But every single one of them made the same quiet decision you must make today. I will not be defined by where I came from. I will be defined by what I build. But first, it begins in the mind. That's where legends are first made, not in reality, but in imagination. Long before a man builds a business, writes a book, changes a world, he builds a belief. And belief is dangerous because it threatens the status quo. It rejects limitation. It whispers to the soul, what if you could be more? Napoleon Hill wrote that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Not because those words sound nice, but because the laws of the universe bend for the man who refuses to bend for them. You become what you think about, not once, not casually, but daily, obsessively. Success is not a secret, it's a standard. And the standard starts with thought. If your mind is filled with scarcity, you'll repel abundance. If it's filled with excuses, you'll find reasons to quit. But if your mind is filled with purpose, with vision, with obsession, then the world has no choice but to move. Now, let's talk about clarity. You cannot become a legend if you're lost in fog. The man without a vision is a ship without a rudder, drifting, crashing, wasting years. The legends, they don't stumble into success. They see it before it exists. They write it down. They breathe it in. They see it when no one else does. Clarity is the force that makes mountains move, not motivation. Motivation is cheap. Clarity is asterisk currency. Know what you want, and the how starts to obey. Do not let this world convince you that ambition is arrogance, that vision is fantasy, that dreaming big is childish. That is the language of the average. And you were not made for average. The mind commands, the body executes, the world reacts. But belief without discipline, that's delusion. Let me tell you what separates the legend from the wannabe. Relentless, boring, unshakable discipline. It's not glamorous, it's not sexy. It's showing up when you're tired, working when it's not fun, grinding when no one is watching. You think Kobe became Kobe by accident? Do you think Rockefeller stumbled into fortune? Number, they mastered the basics. They repeated the fundamentals until excellence became instinct. Discipline is the invisible scaffold. Without it, greatness collapses. With it, you become unstoppable. Let the others chase hacks and shortcuts. Let them scroll, binge, complain. You are sharpening your sword in silence. While they drift, you design. While they doubt, you decide. While they sleep, you build, because you know that what you do in private becomes who you are in public. And what fuels it all? Purpose. Without it, you will burn out. With it, you become a force of nature. Purpose is the reason Carnegie pushed through poverty. It's the reason Hill studied 500 of the world's most powerful men to find the keys to success. It's the reason you must find your reason. If you are chasing money, you will quit when the money doesn't come fast. If you are chasing fame, you will crumble when they don't clap. But if you are chasing impact, freedom, growth, or the unshakable drive to prove to yourself that you were born for more, then nothing can stop you. Purpose is the lighthouse. When the storm comes, and it will come, you look to your why, not to comfort, not to permission, to purpose. And it whispers, get up, we're not done. But remember, you will be tested. Don't expect it to be easy. Expect resistance. Expect pain. Expect setbacks. It means you're doing something right. This world only throws punches at those who are worth hitting. If you're facing doubt, fear, rejection, good. That means you're in the arena. That means you're building the calluses of a champion. Resilience is not built when things go right. It's forged when they go wrong, and you keep going anyway. You don't learn strength by being comfortable. You learn it by standing in the fire and saying, I'm still here. Legends have scars. They have regrets. They've lost, bled, failed, cried, but they never stopped. The difference between a story forgotten and a story remembered is not luck. It's persistence. You want to be remembered? Then endure what others run from. So now ask yourself, when the world says no, what will you say? Because legends, they don't beg for approval. They don't lower their standards to fit into small rooms. They raise the room. They don't ask, will this be hard? They say, let it be hard. I was built for this. They don't wait for the perfect time. They understand that time bows to the man with a vision and a will that won't break. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you're willing to do. How far are you willing to go when no one believes? How long are you willing to walk alone? How much pain are you willing to endure with no applause, no spotlight, no safety net? Because that is where legends are made, not in the comfort zone, but in the crucible, not in the highlight reel, but in the hours nobody sees, and in the shadows of that silence, a new force is born, adaptability. You see, most people crumble the moment the plan changes, but the ones who rise, they don't worship the plan. They worship the outcome. They bend, adjust, learn, evolve. They don't panic. They pivot. Every failure is feedback. Every setback is instruction. You weren't denied. You were redirected. Think of Edison. Over 10,000 failed attempts to create the light bulb. But he didn't call them failures. He called them discoveries. Why? Because a man with vision doesn't see failure. He sees refinement. Legends are students until the day they die. Because the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you've already lost. So learn from everything. Learn from pain, from silence, from rejection, from history, from books, from mentors, from your own mistakes. Knowledge is the new currency, but applied knowledge is the new power. And still, amidst all the drive, all the pressure, all the hunger for more, there is one principle that holds it all together: gratitude. Not the soft kind, not the cliché social media quote, real gratitude. The kind that grounds you. The kind that reminds you you're already blessed just to be breathing, to be building, to be alive in this moment with a shot at greatness. Gratitude is not weakness. It is your anchor. Because when you start to believe you're the source of it all, life will humble you. Gratitude keeps your eyes open. It turns pressure into privilege. It takes the weight on your shoulders and turns it into fire in your chest. You don't have to. You get to. You get to wake up and grind. You get to fail and try again. You get to carry the vision that others can't even see. Gratitude turns the struggle into sacred ground. And so, here you are. You've been told it's impossible. You've been left out, counted out, written off. But hear this. You are not done. You are not finished. You are just beginning. The legend in you is not waiting for permission. It's waiting for a decision. Will you keep folding when it gets heavy, or will you finally become the one who carries the weight, who leads the charge, who breaks the generational curse? You were not born to blend in. You were not born to play small. You were born to build, to transform, to dominate, to become. And every second you hesitate, you delay the greatness you were meant to awaken. And at the end will come a day when people speak your name and ask how you did it, how you rose, how you overcame, how you became something more. And when they ask, you'll smile, because they won't understand the years of silence, the cold mornings, The internal battles, the lonely nights, the sacrifices nobody saw, but you will, because you were there. When the voice inside said, keep going, when the world said quit, when everything fell apart and you chose to rise anyway. That's how legends are made, in pain, in persistence, in purpose, in power. So don't wait, become. Forge yourself in fire. And when the dust settles, let them say he wasn't born a legend. He made himself one.